Greetings, 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 greetings. Osio, Mabriqua, Sakpase, Wagwan, Kalito, Shalom, Aloha. Brothers and sisters, man, this is Chief Kalanago with another video. I have some great information for you today as usual. But first off, I just want to give thanks to the Great Spirit, Mother God, for just the continuation of life. I'm really thankful and I give honor and praise to the Most High. Also, I want to give thanks to my ancestors. Thank you so much for always guiding me and protecting me and for being a conduit, being that spiritual umbilical cord to the source, so I'm thankful, for always keeping me in tune. All right. So I also want to give thanks to my spiritual parents. I want to give thanks to my guiding angels, which is my angels of light. I want to give thanks to my spiritual parents. Thank you, Mom. I love you. My dad, who transcended on April 26th of 2018. Dad, I know you're looking over me, so thank you for that. I definitely wish you the best in your travels, wherever you are right now. Give thanks and to all my physical blood relatives, acquaintances, my lineage, just, hey, man, peace and love to each and every one of y'all, even those of you who consider me an enemy. I send you peace, love, and prosperity as well. Hopefully some of my great energy, and my positive energy could change, some cells in you and rejuvenate you into being more of a positive being, so that we could work together and build a better home on earth for all of our people. All right. I have, like I said, I have a great video for you today. Part of this video, you may have seen or came across some of the information. There was a video that I ran into, and a brother did an exceptional job in speaking of some of those things, and that kind of like motivated me to expound on it. So if you see some of that information that you have seen before, I forgot the brother's channel, but it was a little while. And he, like I said, he did a great job. So thank you for that. But I'm using some of the information and I'm going to expound on it using the census and some other things just to build on that. All right. With that being said, brothers and sisters, first, before I even begin, I just want to say that a little something, right? I really want to, and it's a campaign for not just me, but for others like me who are doing the work that we are doing. I don't know if you guys know that this is all we do for a living. This is our job. We don't do these things because we don't want to go on the plantation and work a 9 to 5. That's not what it means. It just means that what we are doing takes a lot of work and time and dedication. All right. And not a lot of people have the time or the patience or the tenacity, or the ability rather, or could even read or do the research to do what we do. Okay. So this is our livelihood. And for me, I want you to know that, well, I mean, my work speaks for itself, but 24 hours a day. All right. I am always researching. I mean, even when I go lay down, when I close my eyes, I'm seeking, I'm searching because I'm meditating. I go rest and close my eyes with a purpose, not because I'm just tired. I go seeking information. So I'm saying all that to say that, it is quite fulfilling to find my purpose, but at the same time, it can get a little disheartening and a little discouraging because the people that I'm bringing the information to, it doesn't seem that they're reciprocating the love and the gift that they are getting. Brothers and sisters, and please do not take this the wrong way. All right. By no means I'm going to stop doing what I'm doing. And I'm not feeling any type of way towards anyone. But what I'm saying is this, right? You see, when people are giving you their all, you find some way to give back. That is what just life is about, because you see, too many of us complain about, well, the Chinese man, the Asian man, the Korean, the Japanese, the Caucasian man, the Italian, the everybody. We complain about everybody coming and using us, all right? Taking everything from us, always taking, and never giving back. But yet still, here you are doing the same thing. But you don't see yourself doing it because you feel, you know what? Chief Kalanago is my brother, so it's okay for him to spend 24 hours studying, researching, reading all these books to come do these videos, give me information, and all I'm going to say, hey, thank you, brother. It was a great video. Brothers and sisters, you know, to me, that's a little bit of hypocrisy. And I'm speaking, and a lot of you may take this the wrong way, and it's okay. For me, I'm a straight out person. I like to say what I feel because I think what I feel and what I say is relevant to everything that we are doing as a people, right? So I'm making a campaign, not just on my behalf, but brothers like Dane Calloway, Crumb, Atactinus One. I mean, there's so many others. You know, Chief Holiday. There's a few others, you know, that are doing what I'm doing. All right. Many people may not be in the streets like I am, but that's fine. They're still playing their part. They are doing what they are doing. And I'm campaigning on everybody's behalf, including myself. All right. This is a lot of work. And the same way you got bills, we got bills to pay as well. We got homes we got to take care of. We got a family we got to take care of. I have one son, but some others may have children. All right. But because we are compelled to do what we are doing, we were called to do what we are doing, then we feel the obligation to do it. But at the same time, it gets a little bit discouraging when you, the subscribers, the people who are getting the information, all right, and you are so enlightened by the information that you are not reciprocating the love, right? Now, everything doesn't always have to be monetary. But for now, this is all that we have, right? Okay, to take care of our expenses and do what we have to do. And I tell people like this. And first, I don't want to sound ungrateful because I am very, very grateful. There are a very limited, and I stress, very limited few brothers and sisters who support. Okay, they say, hey, Chief, you know what? Can I get your Cash App? Man, listen, you're doing such a great job, brother. Thank you for one of the few that's really doing this for real. All right, and I'm humbled by that. I'm honored by that. So thank you to those people, all right, because it gives me motivation not to stop. And it's not what you do in return for me that motivates me to do it, but the mere fact that it's appreciated and you're willing to take the time to reciprocate the best way that you can, all right, more than just saying I appreciate it, that means a lot because the words are great, but it's the action that matters. You see what I'm saying? It's the action that touches people. The words touch people as well, but at some point the word has to become flesh. So all I'm just saying for people such as Dane and the ones that I mentioned, Atactinus One, Crumb, myself, with all the subscribers that we have, we shouldn't want for anything. We shouldn't be needing anything because I know how much work it takes to do what we do. I mean, this little video that I'm going to do for you right now, it may seem like a short video, maybe 45 minutes to an hour, or maybe even an hour and a half of information. But do you know it took me about 2 weeks to put this together? Because first, I had to meditate on that, make sure I could be guided and directed to the information, asking the ancestors to use me, put the words in my mouth so that it doesn't come out the wrong way. Now I have to do all this reading. Then I have to do all this cross-referencing, and then I have to come present the video to you. Brothers and sisters, this takes a lot of work. Just last week, I ordered over $300 worth of books, and I have to go read each and every one of them, okay? Cross-reference them and bring the information to you. Now I could say, hey, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a video, show you the books, you go buy it yourself, and you go read it yourself. How many of you are willing to do that when you got jobs and children to take care of? So people such as myself, okay, we are taking that burden away from you by going to buy the books, now having to read all the books, and then you having to disseminate the information yourself, right? So some of us are able to do those things for you and on your behalf. All I'm just saying is, where is the reciprocation? Where is the love? You feel me? So people such as myself, we shouldn't have a need for anything, man. And I'm campaigning for brothers and sisters just like me, not just myself. Okay? Dane has what? I think close to 2 million subscribers. There is no reason why Dane shouldn't be getting $1 a month from all his subscribers. Even if it was just 500,000 subscribers, there is no reason why he shouldn't be getting that. Just a mere donation of $1 or $2. Okay, Crumb the same way. Chief Holiday and his crew the same way. You feel me? Me the same way. There is no reason why we should be having a want or a need, but yet still we turn around and complain about everybody else. Oh, they're taking away from us and we never support each other. Well, brothers and sisters, it starts with you. It starts with you. Okay? It really does. Or it really do, rather. So with that being said, man, I'm not here complaining or being ungrateful. No, that's not what it is. I want you to look at yourself and ask yourself, are you doing justice, okay, to those of us that's out here putting in all this work? Because it is a job. Believe me, it is a job. It's 24/7 because we can't sleep. I can only speak for myself. I can't sleep because to me, it's always something that I need to find to bring to you to wake you up, because I know the only way for us to get out of this is through a collective effort. It is through a collective effort. No one man can do it. No one woman can do it. It has to be about us. So all I'm just saying, and some people come on the channel, oh, well, Chief, man, I'm broke. I don't have anything. I'm poor. I'm this and I'm that. Listen, I don't want to hear that, man. I don't want to hear that. Stop manifesting these things on yourself. It's okay to be financially challenged, but don't come on here and tell me you're poor. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to deal with poor people. Now, y'all may take this the wrong way, but that mindset I can't deal with. That's not the energy I'm on. All right? I want to deal with people that know that regardless of what you're going through, regardless of what situation that you're in, you know that you are going to stand and there is going to be a better way and a better day. Yes, you may be financially challenged, but it's okay to be financially challenged, but never claim to be poor. All right? That type of mindset, I don't want to associate with that. And it has nothing to do with whether you give us anything or not. That's for you. Because words have power. Stop manifesting that for your life. All right? Stop manifesting that for your life. But all I'm just saying is, even if it's $2 a month, make it an obligation to do that for us. And I'm saying us, not just me. I am rallying on behalf of my brothers and sisters who are putting in this hard work. Stop being so ungrateful. You feel me? And please, when you listen to this video, don't come in the comments and talk about, oh, well, the message start at such and such a point. You could skip the first part, the first 2 minutes or the first 3 minutes. No, all this is important because it determines your character, who you truly are as an individual. And if you're going to come and make a comment and say, well, you know what, man, listen, the lecture or the presentation started at such and such. You know what, I'm going to delete you. And I'm going to block you because it goes to show the nature of who you truly are. So once again, this is not just for me. This is for all those who are doing what I'm doing. This is our life. It takes a lot of work. And I know for a fact, I could speak for myself. I personally have become homeless because of what I'm doing today for you. But I haven't given up. And I'm still not getting the type of reciprocation that I deserve from you, the subscribers, but I haven't given up because I'm not going to give up on you. So don't give up on us. And many others feel the way that I feel, but they just won't say it because they tell me. So I'm going to say it on their behalf because I just think the best way to be is just real, be authentic. And I am authentic, so I'm going to keep it real. Stop coming. I mean, it's great to say, oh, yes, Chief, great video. Thank you for the information, brother. We appreciate you. We love you all. You know what? Show me. Y'all been going to churches all your life, giving them your 10%. And what are churches doing for us? Not a damn thing. Okay? Y'all take student loans and get into debt. Most of y'all become bankrupt, all right, and have student loans until you go to your grave and you don't learn a damn thing from these schools. And here we are giving you information every single day, sometimes 2-3 videos a day, 2-3 posts a day, enlightening you, giving you the truth, the real thing. So we shouldn't have to come on here and ask you for anything. If you're growing spiritually in your growth, as a deity, then you should know that this is an obligation that you have to those people like me. So I just wanted to point that out. And for those of you who want to feel a way about it, once again, that is just you, your nature, that's speaking. And it speaks volumes about who you are. Because regardless of what the situation is, we don't stop. We keep bringing that information. So like I said, anyone who make a comment, well, hey, the lecture started such and such. The first 5 minutes is not important. I'm going to delete you and I'm going to block you. Because to me, this is the most important part, is to show that we are supposed to build each other, protect each other, love each other, and give to each other. I'm giving you my all, and there are others who are doing it as well. So I just wanted to point that out, all right? Thank you for listening. I appreciate that. Now, with that being said, right, today's build is important because our people are suffering from an identity crisis. And brothers and sisters, the truth is, before we move on, everybody, oh, well, let's come together, let's unite. Man, listen, that's great. But how can you unite when you know that there is a lot of chaos amongst us, right? We have to clean house first. We have to know who is who. And you have to be aware that you are in a game. It's like one of those video games, right? Where there is level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, etc., until you get to the most difficult level. And once you have accomplished that, boom, explosion, right? This joyful noise or this joyful celebration that you have won the game. It is the same thing that we are dealing with in reality, right? We are dealing with different levels or different obstacles in achieving the goal of a victory as the original people of this land, all right? And the game that we are in is called the identity crisis game. That's what this is all about. We are not going through what we are going through because of the color of our skin. Stop associating your oppression, all right, or what you're going with, or what you're going through, all right? Stop associating it or equating it to the color of skin. Racism has nothing to do with the color of your skin, which I have said so many times before. Racism only deals with the have and the have-nots. That's what it's about. It's about power. It's about greed. It's about instigating fear. Because you know why? They themselves, they are afraid. You feel me? So know what it truly means and know the root and the foundation of things. So today we're going to go to the root and the foundation because I want to clearly make a statement, all right, or a presentation so that once you listen to that information and you do your own research, you do your own cross-referencing, you will say, you know what, Chief Kalanago is speaking the truth. And there are too many people among us, all right, that are causing chaos because they still want to conquer us. And the ancestors are giving me the information, so I got to keep bringing it to you. Until they tell me, hey, Chief, you know what? You have done everything that you can. It's time to move on. Like I said, I just ordered over, what, $300 worth of books to bring some information to you, just to validate and solidify the facts that I'm bringing to you. All right? So we're going to do a little reading here first, and then we'll get into that because, like I said, I know that the census is coming up, and not that that's relevant per se. Like, you're not obligated to do the census. They, oh, well, it's the law. No, it's not a law. All right? That's a policy. It's a code. It's a statute. All right? And as a man or woman of free will, nobody could force you to do anything. So I'm just going to put it that way. All right? However, if you so choose, by all means, go ahead and do what you feel you have to, right? But with that being said, let me share my screen and we're going to do a little reading. Now, the book that I'm going to read from, like I said, that part of that was inspired by a brother who did a video, and I got the book. All right, now the book, they're giving a few of the pages, and which is fine because to me that's more than enough, right? So I'm going to share the screen. And brothers and sisters, let's enjoy this, man, all right? I hope you're with me, and I hope you could respect, you know, my perspective on everything I've said earlier. All right, let's share the screen and let's do this. Good, right here. All right. Now the book I think is called "Searching for the Bright Path: The Mississippi Chapters from the from Prehistory to, I guess, Present Time." By James Taylor Carson. Well, you see there's three little periods right there. Normally that means, you know, there's some more continuation to it. So I'm assuming it's to present time. If it's not, well, forgive me for giving the incorrect title of the book. But we are going to read a little bit because reading is fun for the mental. And brothers and sisters, I'm going to tell you this right here. Okay, stop with the television, the TV shows. Okay, the football, the basketball, the baseball, the you know, what else? Football, basketball, baseball. They got a few other, and you know, anyway, I'm talking about all the distractions. Every season they give you something to distract you. All right, stop. You have to study. You have to read, and study, and cross-reference everything that you study or you read. That's how you're going to grow. Study to show yourself improved. Okay? Those who don't will perish. Honestly, you will. And now it doesn't mean physically, but mentally, man. You know, you're crippling yourself. All right? So we're going to read a little bit from that. It says, emergence of a Choctaw polity, right? Now, here we go. Native Americans used play of strategies throughout North America wherever more than one European power vied for their support, who followed the strategy, played one interest against another, favorable trade commissions, and to forestall the ability of, give me a second here, okay, the ability of either power to impose its will on them or their commoners. So we're going to look at, you see there's a word says, let's take it from the beginning again, right? Native Americans used play of strategies throughout North America wherever more than one European power vied for their support. Now, if you go look at the definition of vied, it means to compete, right? So let us see if we can look at that V. All right. It says what? And vied is the past tense. So it says compete eagerly with someone in order to do or achieve something. Let's go back to the text, right? Let's go back to the text. So European power vied. In other words, they were competing eagerly for the support of what? The Native Americans. So therefore, why would the European powers vied? In other words, why would they fight eagerly for the support of the Native Americans? It is because that they did not have enough power themselves. So if we know we are the original people, that goes beyond a doubt. So we know who the true Native Americans are. It's us, not these $5 Indians, okay? Not these Mongolians. We know that for a fact now. I have brought many videos to prove and solidify that fact. And so have others. So that's not even a question anymore, right? So we could leave that alone. So therefore, why would the European power vied, compete eagerly for our support? Let's read a little more. It says, chiefs who followed the strategy played one interest against another to obtain favorable trade concessions. So like I said before in many videos, this was about trade. It was about commerce. And our chiefs, right, we were strategizing and we were playing the Europeans one against each other. So our people were not stupid. We were playing them once against each other for the favorable concessions to see who would get the best, okay, out of the deal to trade, right? It says, and to forestall the ability of either power to impose its will on them or their commoners. Playoff, however, rarely produced harmony among native societies. So in the midst of our ancestors, right, playing a favorable concession or playing the games, playing the Europeans against each other, looking for favorable concessions when it came to doing commerce. It creates some type of disharmony amongst other so-called native societies, because some of them probably wanted to work with the Europeans and some of them didn't, because a lot of them already knew what was going on. So a lot of them didn't sell out. I wouldn't say sell out. It's just that they just didn't want to take part in the commercial world. It's like today's what you call federally recognized tribes. Some of them wanted to be federally recognized, and the majority of us didn't want to be. There's nothing new under the sun, right? It says, rival factions coalesced around different trade interests, and the consequences could be disruptive and often violent. Still, as long as there were multiple partners for the trade and alliance, the strategy could be effective, right? So, let us read some more. It says, by the end of the 18th century, the French, the English, and the Spanish, keep that in mind, the French, the English, and the Spanish. Who are we talking about? Who is the French, the English, and the Spanish? Those are Europeans, right? Had retreated from the lower Mississippi Valley. Retreated. Let's look at the word, what it means, retreat, because we have to read. Retreat. What does the definition of retreat means? Right? Of an army withdraw from an enemy forces as a result of their superior power or after a defeat. So let us go here and look, and let's read this in context, right? Because now we have to look at the meaning of words when we are reading. It says what? By the end of the 18th century, the French, the English, and the Spanish had retreated from lower Mississippi Valley. So the colonizers didn't retreat by choice. No, let us go look at the definition of retreat again. Of an army withdraw from an enemy forces as a result of their superior power or after a defeat. So now it is safe to say that it's either we defeated them or we were a superior power or both. So they had to what? They had to retreat from the lower Mississippi Valley. Now, this couldn't have been the Mongolians or the $5 Indians that you see today, because we know the original people of Mississippi are the dark-skinned people, the so-called black people. And I said so-called because we are not black, right? So these pale Mongolians and these $5 Indians, these today's natives, cannot claim to be those people who fought those wars. All right, they may have been somewhere in the mix, but it wasn't for them. All right, and it says, and the Choctaws confronted alone the expansionist United States. So the Choctaw confronted alone the expansionist United States. So in other words, the process of expanding throughout the United States, the colonizing aspect of that, the Choctaw alone confronted them, okay? Or that whole concept of the expansion throughout the United States. The same time, leaders had begun to cede large swaths of their homeland to pay off the debts incurred by their playoff policies, and the American settlement of the region brought an end to the diplomatic strategy, right? Now I'm going to go down all the way to page 35. Let me see. Let me see what page we're on. So brothers and sisters, I hope you are getting so far, because we're going to go somewhere with this, all right? We're going somewhere with this. Let me go all the way to page 35. I think it's page 35. Bear with me here. 33. 34. And we're going to read from the top of 34, and let's go to 35 and see. All right, now, the English moved quickly to secure an alliance with the powerful Choctaws, right? Now, once again, let me ask you a question. Why would the European powers want to work together with us? That is because whoever they were fighting, whether it may have been the French, whether it may have been the it was the French, the British, and the Spanish. Whether it may have been the Spanish, it meant that their armies were not strong enough. So they needed us to fight. And some of us chose to fight with the French, some of us chose to fight with the Spanish, some of us chose to fight with the English, and some of us remained neutral. And that was a fact. Okay? And assert some control over their new territory. But they too were under the mistaken impression that the Choctaw people constituted a nation. James Colbert, an English soldier who lived among the Choctaws, traveled to the western towns in July 1763 to discuss the English assertion of the region. The chiefs greeted him with open arms, but their eastern and southern counterparts refused to extend their hands in welcome, for the French allies were still in possession of Mobile. All right. So once again, you see, it was different European powers were fighting us for our land. All right. I'm going to put all this in perspective today to show you who this European powers was: the French, the British, and the Spanish, because they were all Europeans. Right. In November of that year, however, representatives of the Eastern Division went to the town to hear, much to their dismay, the French governor surrender Louisiana to Robert Farmer, the new English commandant of Mobile. Without the French, the Eastern chiefs accepted English dominion, but they cast an eager eye toward the new occupants of New Orleans, the Spanish. Meanwhile, a second red shoe set out for a conference to meet with John Stuart, the English superintendent of Indian affairs in the southern colonies, to negotiate the terms of a formal alliance. On behalf of the Western Division, Red Shoe II, or the second, and another warrior, Chapahuma, made the long trip to Augusta, Georgia, where Cherokees, Creeks, and Catawbas also had gathered. They must have been gratified to hear Stuart ask them, "Do you wish for anything more than to be plentiful supplied with goods by the white people?" As a chief, Red Shoe II wanted nothing more, and he gladly signed a treaty that pledged friendship between the Choctaws and the English and established regulations for the conduct of their trade. So once again, this was all about trade and commerce, where we were supposed to be dealt with from a separate entity. We had our own factions, we had our own structures, we had our own governments, we had our own armies. Okay? That's why, again, they vied for our support when they were fighting their battles. At the close of the talks, Stuart promised the two Western Choctaws that English traders from Mobile would be in their towns before their return. English traders quickly fanned out through the three divisions, unlike the French, who had failed to profit from the Choctaw trade. The English insisted that they would make money from it. One trader projected a windfall of 60,000 pounds sterling. "You must advise your people, be industrious and good hunters." John Stuart urged the assembly of Choctaw chiefs and warriors in Mobile in order to provide the empire with valuable deer skin. Now, some of you may be asking, well, why did we want to work with them, period? Well, at that point, honestly, we didn't have a choice because they forced themselves on us. The war was already here, all right? Because remember, when these Europeans came, all right, towards the inception of them coming here, they came as brothers, okay, who looked like us. We opened arms and we welcomed them, not realizing that they came with a plan to conquer. So after all these Indian wars, there had to be some type of resolution. Well, how are we going to settle this? So now some had to choose the French, the Spanish, or the English. So that's where all this is coming into play. The English further sought to make the Choctaws dependent on them for the guns, kettles, hose, clothes, and other goods that eventually replaced many household items of the native manufacturer. All right? So they replaced a lot of our own personal, household items that we had so that we could be dependent on them. Isn't that what's happening today? They give you welfare, they give you privileges so that you are not autonomous. So brothers and sisters, there's nothing new under the sun. Okay? From this day forward, Stuart declared you are to look upon yourselves as dependent upon the generosity and the benevolence of the great King George. Okay? King George was a so-called black man. You see, don't get it twisted. King George was a blackamoor. So once again, and like I said, I got over $300 worth of books to also bring more information to solidify what I'm talking about. So I'm showing you right now, the premise of this video is the identity crisis, so that you could get away from calling yourself and identifying yourself by the name of these colonizers that came here to colonize us. Okay? The great King George was a blackamoor. He was a noble of Britain. Okay? Of Europe. Because they're all the same. Now it says, at a conference in Mobile in 1765, the chiefs continued to jockey for position. All right? Ali Banam Mingo pressed his claim to be chief of the Choctaws. I have made an alliance, the venerable chief declared, with the other race of Imongolach, the Western Division. And we have agreed that our talk should be one. His assertion, however, bore little resemblance to the actual state of affairs among the chiefs, because the other leaders wasted no time redrawing the traditional lines of division. The Western leader, Red Shoe, who likened the English to a new fire that he hoped would always burn clear, named West Florida's governor John Stone, support of the Imoclasha to symbolize the primary relationship of the English and the Western towns. All right, so now we are dealing with Europeans. Okay, we are dealing with so-called white people. All right, so-called white people that we are dealing with. But is it white people with the complexion of a white skin or a pale skin based on what they're talking about? Brothers and sisters, the semantics is real. You have to go below the surface or beneath the surface of what you are reading. Okay? So now that we know we are dealing with Europeans, we are dealing with white people. What are white people and who are white people? That is the question here today. Like I told y'all before, if you're not ready for the truth, man, y'all on the wrong platform. All right? If you're not ready for the truth, you are actually definitely on the wrong platform, right? So this is what we're going to do. We are going to go here and we're going to look at, pull this up, white, free white person, right? Let us look at this to see who white people really are. Free white persons referred to a Nationalization Act as amended by the Act July 14, 1870, has meaning naturally given, and it when first used in the first statute 103 C.3, meaning all persons belonging to what? European races, then commonly counted as white. It doesn't mean that they were white in complexion. They were commonly counted as white. Now I'm going to read this again. Meaning all persons belonging to what? The European races. Now if we go back to where we were reading, let's go back all the way to the top. All right, let's go all the way back to the top to see what and who we are dealing with at that time period in our story. This is very important because a lot of people think that this is what? This is Caucasians. No, The Caucasians, the pale man didn't come late until later in the game. Until later in the game. Literally until later in the game. During World War, right before World War One. Okay? When they became a superpower. So all this stuff didn't happen millions of years ago. No. In less than 200 years ago, fam. So I'm going to break this down for y'all. Okay? Let's go. I think it was page 28. Let's read this again. Native Americans used play-off strategies throughout Northern America wherever more than one European power. European. Let's go read that again. European power. We're dealing with Europeans. Let's see who the Europeans are. All right? Meaning, all persons belonging to European races, then commonly counted as white, and their descendants, including such descendants in other countries to which they have immigrated. It includes what? All European Jews, more or less intermixed with peoples of Celtics, Scandinavian, Teutonic, Iberian, Latin, Greek, and Slavic descent. It includes Magyars, Lapps, the Finns, and the Basque, and Albanians. It includes the mixed Latin, Celtic, Iberian, and what? Moorish inhabitants of Spain and Portugal, the mixed Greek, Latin, Phoenician, and North African inhabitants of Sicily. Who are the North Africans? They are Moors. And the mixed Slav. The mixed Slav. And Tatar inhabitants of South Russia. It does not, I repeat, it does not mean the Caucasian race, the Aryan race, or the Indo-European races, nor mixed Indo-European, Derivian, Semitic, and Mongolian peoples who inhabited Persia. So when you hear Mongolians that are here taking our place, talking about the white man, okay, or coming to take our land, they know what they are talking about, okay? Because you see, they are of the Caucasian race. Those Mongolians, they're all related. But even Caucasians are not considered to be white. You see, y'all don't get this. Y'all don't eat. Y'all, you see, that's what I'm saying, man. You got these people playing semantics and games with our people. Let us go back and read this again. Because I have to make sure this sink in. Hear what I'm saying. All right? Now, I'm not shouting. It's just when the spirit and the ancestors are moving through me, I just get excited and passionate, right? I'm going to read this again. Native Americans use play-off strategies throughout North America wherever more than what? One European power. We are dealing with Europeans. Let's do this again. Europeans are what? Free white persons, meaning all persons belonging to the European races. It didn't say some. All. That's why when Africans come here, they are considered to be white. Brothers and sisters, those who have ears, let them hear, and those who have eyes, let them see. I don't care what nobody tell me. My ancestors are guiding me and giving me the information to bring to you. Now, if you want to harden your heart, that's on you. And if you want, listen, brothers and sisters, I know a lot of our people are seeking, searching. Yes, and some of you may have gotten into situations because you have gotten into movements and organizations and identities that sound good at the time. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not where you've been, but it's where you are at and where you're willing to go. It doesn't mean that you cannot erase that. Not necessarily erase that, but correct those things. So for those of you who are truly American Aborigines, and you got caught up in the paradigm of being Moorish or a Moor, that is not us. Okay? You still have time to take care of that. Let go of the foolish pride. It's okay to tell people, listen, man, you know what? I was wrong. I didn't know it was just another movement I got caught up with. Just like a lot of you who think y'all from Africa. Okay? It's okay, family. It's okay. Come back home. Let it go. We are not Moors. We are not Moorish. Those are the Europeans. They're part of the European race. And white people, Caucasians, are not white. Okay? Y'all better realize, man, what this is all is. It's a game that's being played on us. I'm going to repeat that again. Let's go back, because you see, repetition is the key. Native Americans used play of strategies throughout North America wherever more than one European, and later they call them out, the French, the English, and the Spanish. That was just a few of them. Now let's go back to free white persons. Free white persons referred to in Naturalization Act. So basically they say, okay, you know what? We're gonna give a clear definition of what a free white person is. You did. It says, meaning all persons belonging to what? European races. Let's read here again. When the Native Americans were dealing with who? European power. Who are the Europeans? All free white person, meaning persons belonging to the European race. It says, meaning all, key word, all, not some, but all, they are considered white. Okay? That's a status. You have Africans who come here, all right, who literally darker than us, look literally close to black. We know nobody's black, right? But you would consider them black. And guess what? On status, on paper, they are white. You feel me? Meaning all persons belonging to the European races then commonly counted as white. And their descendants, including such descendants in other countries to which they have immigrated. So that means every time they come here as immigrants, they are considered white. Due to what? The Naturalization Act. And then the indigenous people, the original Americans, the Aborigines were what? Reclassified or naturalized as being black. You are dead in law. Celibacy matus, you don't exist. Now it reads, it includes all European Jews, more or less intermixed with peoples of Celtic, Scandinavian, Teutonic, Iberian, Latin, Greek, and Slavic descent. That's why when you go look at all these etymologies, where you would see Latin, Greek, Slavic, Indo-European, all those things, the foundation of the words, because they created it. So when Moors keep talking about etymology, and when it comes to only some etymology, they want to expound on some of it, and then they don't want to talk about all the etymology. No, don't play these games with me. All right? Now, I'm not here to beat up on Moors. No, I'm here to shed the light for those of you who are confused, those of you who think that's who you are when that's not who you are. You need to come back home. And if that's who you are, then be that. But stop telling us that's who we are. That's not who we are. All right? Now let's read this again. Greek and Slavic descent. It says it includes Magyars, Lapps, and Finns, and the Basques, and the Albanians. It says it includes the mixed Latin, Celtic, Iberian, and what? Moorish inhabitants of Spain and Portugal, and the mixed Greek, Latin, Phoenician, all right, Phoenician, and what? North African inhabitants of Sicily, and the mixed Slav and Tatar inhabitants of South Russia. So when they all came here, it was who? It was all these people, Moorish inhabitants of Spain and Portugal, the Phoenicians and North Africans. They were the ones that got their butts whooped from the mulatto children that enslaved them, and they had to run from persecution, and they ended up coming into the Americas. We opened up our arms as brothers, and when they saw the opportunity, they reached out to their mulatto children and said, hey, listen, We found a new world. There's a great opportunity. Man, these Indians are they in God. They are very meek. You know, they are loving. They are giving. They're literally walking around butt naked. Man, listen, we could turn them into Christianity. We could give them Islam. But the most part is we could take their land. It was the Moors. Okay? But let us proceed, because you see, y'all getting confused with this whole white thing. Now, what it says, a free white person does not mean Caucasian race. So therefore, Caucasians are not white, free white people, because they were enslaved so-called white people. All right? It does not mean Caucasian race, Aryan race, or Indo-European race, nor the mixed Indo-European, Dravidian, Semitic, and Mongolian peoples. So that's why, once again, let me reiterate. All right, these Mongolians that are here, who came here, invaded Peru in the 13th century, all right, they are not the original people of our land. And they will tell you, oh, the white man came and took. They know exactly what they are talking about. Because due to what? Due to the Naturalization Act, they are not considered white. So you see how all this is coming into play? It is about semantics and the words that they play. Okay? The words that they play. It's a game that's being played on the American Aborigine. So now you know who the Moors are. And I've showed you the last video I did, I broke things down. Now I'm going deeper. Because a lot of you who call yourself Moors, I honestly think that you really think you are, because of the curse you think that may come from it, but you are causing yourself more of a detriment. All right? Because they are not original to this land. Yes, they have mixed in with our original ancestors, but this is not their land. This is our land. And like I said, real Moors, all right, true Moors, know this to be a fact, and I respect them for that. Okay? Now, let us proceed. So we're going to tie this in to the whole census thing, all right? Now, you can see, eventually I'm going to talk about Mu and the last continents and Lemuria and Atlantis, so that's something I have there. I'm going to talk about that because some people like to talk about that, so I'm going to bring that up again. But we're going to go get into the census because you see, it's important, right? And I'm going to tie all this in to show you that I know what I'm talking about and how it's coherent, because I'm going to show you the connection. All right. Let's look at the census. About. This is census.gov. So that's the official site. It says about. Let's talk about the census here for a second, right? The census, the U.S. Census Bureau must adhere to the 1997 Office of Management and the budget, which is OMB, Office of Management Budget, all right? Standards on race and ethnicity, which guides the Census Bureau in the classifying written responses to the race questions. What is white? Let's go again. White, a person that have what? Having origins in any of the what? Original peoples of Europe, the Middle East, or what? North Africa. Those are the Moors. Caucasians are not the original people of Europe. How many times Moors always tell you, oh, we're the original people of Europe? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are absolutely right. But you are not the original people of the Americas. Because America is not Europe. It never was. It never will. And this has never been Morocco. It never was. It never will. Yes, you came and you conquered us, and your flag flew here, and the United States said, you know what? Listen, we used you to defeat our enemies. Now, guess what? We don't need your flag here anymore. We got our own. Come on, man. Listen, the gig is up. Just be honest with it, man. Let's wipe the slate clean, man. We could work together as long as the truth is being told. But that's why I tell people, unity cannot come unless the truth is told. Unless the truth is told and people have atoned for the wrongs that they have done and ask for forgiveness, then there will never be unity. Because our ancestors know who's who. And they are not going to allow the energy of these people who came here to conquer them, murder them, rape them, sodomize our children, Okay? They're not going to allow it. Now, once again, let's read. White, a person having origins in any of what? The original people of Europe. Once again, let's read here. Free white persons referred to in the Naturalization Act. It says what? Meaning all persons belonging to the European race, then commonly counted as white, and the descendants, including such descendants in other countries to which they have immigrated. Who are these people? Let us come down here. North Africans, Moorish inhabitants of Spain, and inhabitants of what? Russia, all those people. Let's go back here again. So on the census, what do you think these Moors are going to put? Those who know the truth, they're going to put white. That's why a lot of them in videos talking about what? White power, because they know who they are. It is a status, okay? Because they know that's not them here in the Americas. That's not them. It's not their land. They immigrated here. So their status is white. That's why they will tell you, oh, you go fill up the SF-181 form. White power. This ain't got nothing to do with American Aborigines. Period. It is for white people. And those are the original people or having origins, or, you know, persons having origins in any of the original peoples of Europe. The Middle East or North Africa, Moors. Okay? Now you have Black or African American. A person having origins in any of the Black racial groups of Africa. Okay? So now that's a different identity. Because now, check this out. You have the white, you have the status of white in Africa, and you have the status of Black. But then they mixed in African American in here to get all people confused. So it was literally the Black Africans versus the white Africans. But people think the white Africans are the people in complexion. No, it was a status of nobility against the what? The Black. Now let us go look at the etymology of Black to see who these real Black Africans are. Let us go look at the etymology of Black. Black, the color of blah, 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 blah. But it says what? It says pale. Pale. So who's the pale man? Okay? The pale man is who? Right here. Right here. The Caucasian race. Okay? The Caucasian race. So that's the real pale man, the real Black man. All right? The real Black man. So when we go back here now, you see what we are talking about. Black, pale. Let's go back to the census. It says what? Black, pale. So now when you go back to the whole fighting in Europe, the enslavement, it was the Black people that was enslaved by the white people, which is the original what? The original people of Europe. They enslaved the Black people, which is the pale people. But now, because the pale people, which is the real Black people, outsmarted the white people, which is the original people of Europe, the Moors, they flipped it around and start calling the Moors Black and start calling themselves white. It was trading places. Eddie Murphy told you that in the movie. All right? And then he came and said, what? We are coming to America. To marry who? An indigenous woman from Queens. Because it's the only way to have any type of authority on our land is to marry a what? A woman from our land. Brothers and sisters, tell me when to stop. Okay? Tell me when to stop. Tell me when I'm making too much sense. Now you have American Indian or Alaska Native, a person having origins. That's the key. In any area of the original peoples of North America, South America, including Central America, that's Turtle Island as a whole, and who maintains tribal affiliations and or community attached. Now, it says you also have to maintain tribal affiliation or community attached. In other words, even if you are not maintaining a tribal affiliation, at least a community of people who call themselves American Indians or Alaska Natives. But your origin have to be in North, South, Central America. And guess what? Those are not black people, and those are not African Americans, and those are not white people. So for those of you who are calling yourself African Americans, guess what? You don't have original, your origin is not here in the North America or Central America or South America. So you better be careful what you identify yourself as. Okay? But just know that the white people are the Moors. Okay? They are the Middle Easterners. They are the North Africans. Let us go back here again. They are the what? They are the Celtics, the Iberians, the Moorish inhabitants of Spain, Portugal, the Greek, the Latin, Phoenician, right? The Sicilians, and the mixed Slav, and the Italian inhabitants of Russia. And who's not white? Guess what? Who's not white? Caucasian race, the Aryan race, the Indo-European race, or the mixed Indo-European race, or Eurasian, Semitic, and Mongolian peoples. They are not considered what? White. Well, guess what they are considered? They are considered what? Black. Because they are the pale people. You see what I'm saying? So brothers and sisters, everything was flipped around. Because the Moors, these people right here, the white people, they got tricked by their mulatto children and they made them slaves. And they took their status of being white and called them black, gave them their status as being pale. All right? Now you have the American Indians. All right? Then you have the Asian, a person having origins in any of the original peoples of Far East, Southeast Asia, or the Indian subcontinent, including, for example, Cambodia, China, India, Japan, Korea, Malaysia, Pakistan, the Philippine Islands, Thailand, and Vietnamese, right? All right? Which is not to be confused with Asiatics. Now you have the native Hawaiian or other Pacific Islander, a person having origins in any of what the original people of Hawaii, Guam, Samoa, or other Pacific Islands. All right, brothers and sisters? Now they're trying to say what is race, but you could read that for yourself and go check that information for yourself. But I wanted to break that down for y'all. Don't be confused, man. Don't be confused. Those are the Moors right there. They'll fall underneath that category. Okay? We American Aborigines, no. And who's going to fall under this category right here? Are the actual black people, which is the Caucasian race, the Mongolians, that's them. Or you people who are lost, African American, you don't know where you're from, you just calling yourself something because you think you come from slaves. Guess what? It says what? A person having origins in any of the black racial groups of Africa. What is black? Pale. So it's the pale racial groups of Africa. That's them. And American Indian. And it says Asian. You feel me? Let us proceed. Now it says who is required to respond? Everyone living in the 50 states, District of Columbia, and the U.S. territories, Puerto Rico, American Samoa, the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, Guam, and the U.S. Virgin Islands is required by law to be counted in the 2020 census. Well, they say it's law. It's not a law. Okay? Only the original people of the land can make laws. It's a policy. All right? But again, it's optional. Nobody can force you to do anything. All right? So now we have looked at the etymology of black. We know what that means, pale. Okay? What we're going to do is now, a lot of times you have these people telling us that, you know what, we are from, playing these games. Oh, well, you're from, well, especially when you do this popular, genealogy test, right? You have this popular genealogy test. And they always keep coming up, oh, you're from Sub-Sahara. Well, let's break that down as well. Because like I told you, all this is to disenfranchise the American Aborigine. Okay? That's what this is all about. So let us go look at some words here, may we. All right? Let us study. Let us get into this. Let us get into this. Sub. So they say, oh, well, you're from the Sub-Sahara. Well, what is Sahara? First of all, what is Sahara? Because when you do all this genealogy tests, it always comes and tell you, oh, well, you're from the Sub-Sahara. Well, first, let us look at what sub means. Sub, word forming element meaning under, beneath, all right? Behind, from under, resulting from further division, resulting from further division. From Latin, Preposition sub, under, below, beneath, at the foot of, also close to, up to, towards, of, time, within, during, figuratively, subject to, in the power of, also a little, somewhat, as in sub, Herodotus, somewhat rough. Okay? It says a variant of the root upo, under, also up from. But the key thing here, it says it right there, word forming element under, beneath, behind, from under, resulting from what? Further division. So that's sub. So when they tell you that you are from the sub-Sahara, what does it mean? It doesn't mean that you are from the Sahara. It means that you are under the Sahara. It means that you're resulting further a division or divided from the Sahara. Okay? We are going to have some church today. How many of your pastors giving you that? But yet still you give them your 10%. Huh? I am here to free your mind, and then the rest will follow. Now let's go look at Sahara. Maybe. Sahara, it says what? Arabic Katra, desert. According to Klein, noun use of fem of the adjective ashharu, yellowish red. So therefore, all Sahara means is what? Desert. So these people are telling you with this ancestry, popular, mainstream DNA test, they're telling you what? You are under the desert. But you think you are from the Sahara. How could you be from a desert? Now let us go look at a picture of the Sahara, brothers and sisters. This is what it is. Let's take a look at this, right? Look at this right here. Take a look at this picture. Huh? Take a look at this. All this right here, Sahara, dry land. Show me any type of greenery. Show me any type of greenery. Any type at all. Why do you think these people are fighting to come to the Americas? Why do you think that? Because that's not where they're originally from. Look at Morocco. Morocco is practically a desert. Do you think the original people of Morocco have always been there? Do you think the original people of Algeria have always been there? No. All that is cursed land, dry land. The land that it wasn't producing much. And then you have the Egypt over there as well. Is what? Dry land. It's a desert. That's why it's not the original Egypt. You feel me? It is not. But then when you come further down, what they call west, so to speak, you have a little bit of greenery. Senegal, Gambia, Guinea, be sure you have Guinea, you have Sierra Leone, Liberia. Guess what? What Liberia? What they did was they came and they took all the American Aborigines during the relocation and they sent them to these places here. Because at that time, that's the only place where you could survive. They have a little bit of greenery. Ghana, that's why they tell all people, oh, nah, you're from Ghana. No, let me tell you something. How could all 12 million people come from Ghana? Brothers and sisters, no. And I have more books coming to prove to you that these so-called 12 million slaves that came here, more than less of that were actually so-called black people. The majority of them was what we call Caucasians today. Okay? A game was played, man. It was all a game. It was all a dream, an illusion. All right? So everybody go, oh, well, this is Morocco. No, this is not Morocco. Morocco is dry land, a desert, basically. Okay? That's not where the ancestors are from. Morocco was just a port that was created during that commercial era. Look at the Western Sahara here. So when they tell you are under the Sahara, you are, let's go look at the etymology again. Because you see, we have to go into these things, man. You feel me? We have to go into these things. Let us go here again. Pull this up, right? Let us pull this up. Give me a second here, right? Where we at? Let's go look at the etymology of sub. It says what? Resulting from further division. It says what? Under, beneath. So let us go look at this picture again. Right? Look at this picture again. So all this is part of the Sahara. Senegal, all those places are part of the Sahara. So if they're telling you that you are beneath the Sahara, you're under the Sahara. What they're saying also resulting from further division from the Sahara. How in heaven's name can you be from the Sahara? Y'all sure y'all ready for this Sunday build? Y'all sure y'all ready for the truth? And nothing but the truth? No emotions involved? Well, passion is emotion, so I got the right type of energy right now. So that's what they're telling you. So you see, they're not lying to you when you do this genealogy fake DNA test that comes with this commercialized, when they tell you it's for entertainment purposes because they are entertaining you. It is not a private DNA test. It is for commercial purposes, entertainment. But they're telling you the truth, but they are playing semantics with the words. So they're not telling you you're from the Sahara, okay? When you really look at the etymology of the word, they're telling you you're under the Sahara. What's under the Sahara? Under the Sahara is what? The Americas, South America. South America. And that's why they were able to take a lot of our ancestors and bring them to these places. The colony of Liberia, Sierra Leone, you have Guinea de Terra, and you have Guinea de Terra, and you have Guinea de I forgot what it was. But anyway, you know, I'll get it, it'll come to me another time. But the point I'm trying to make is, brothers and sisters, this was all strategized. It was all a plan. Okay? So look at all these places right here. That's all desert. What kind of life do you think that's there? Huh? The best parts of Africa is Tanzania, all right, Rwanda, DCR, all right, I guess that's the Democratic Republic of Congo, right? You have Central African Republic, you have Cameroon, you have Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, you have Somalia. Even Somalia is all desert as well, but you have Ethiopia with some type of greenery, right? But Yemen, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, all these places that Israel down there that they created, Iraq and Syria, Lebanon, all those places right there, man, it's just desert land, man. All right, desert land. It's just in the Americas you have this land. When they came here, they saw heaven. They called it the Garden of Eden. The greenery, okay? The greenery, man. That's where life is. Life didn't originate in Africa. How could life originate on a land that was cursed? Come on, man. Come on. Y'all better wake up. Why do you think all of them are coming here? Because they're coming to live life. Because we got the life. We've been the life. And we are the life. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them fool you. So don't let these Moors play these games with you, man. If you're Moor and you're righteous about it, tell the truth. And I'm getting a lot of requests from Moors. I'm not accepting y'all requests unless y'all start telling the truth. Now, if you don't know, you don't know. But do your own research and stand up and tell the truth. Well, you know what? I used to be a Moor, but let me tell you the truth. Don't continue to perpetuate the lie. Tash to rebel with the truth. Okay, he's part of the cult. He know the truth. He's an Asiatic. He's an African. He's a white. He's a Moabite. That ain't us. They came here to conquer our land. You feel me? So let's not play these games, man. Let's not play these games. And our ancestors are not going to rest until the truth is told. And unless the truth is accepted. And unless the truth is manifested. Because I'm telling it. Okay? I like to show proof of things that I speak of. So we have gotten through that, you know, original peoples of Europe, Western, Central Europe, the Celts, the peoples of the Gaul, list of Celtic tribes. So we have gone through all that. We know who they are, right? And we're talking about when we were reading some of the definitions. So, brothers and sisters, I hope you guys got some information from that. All right? Like I said, do your own seeking, do your own research. My goal is to guide you to the truth. And with that being said, you do what you want to do with it, right? So while I'm here, right, I'm going to take this opportunity because a lot of times people may wonder, well, Chief, well, what do we identify as? Because you see me, my goal and what the ancestors have summoned me to do is gather all the Turtle Islanders, all the children of the Americas, and let us come together and unite as one people because that's who we are. Okay? Now, just in case you didn't know and you don't know what all the lands of the Americas are, let's go through a few of them, all right? All the countries in the Americas, which I've shown before, but we're going to do it again. All the countries in Americas, countries and regions, okay? For those of you who think the United States is America, no, it's not. America is a continent, just like how Nigeria is not Africa, just like how Ghana is not Africa. There are countries in Africa, all right? So the Americas is a continent. Most people from the islands, when they come, oh, we're going to America. No, you're already in America. You're coming to the United States. And like I've already expounded and explained, the United States is not a country, it's not a nation, it's a federal corporation. Okay? Now, Chief, let's verify what you were saying. Title 28. I think it's section, I think 3002, paragraph 15. You know what I'm saying? Chief Kalanago know his stuff. Like I said, I may not be the brightest crayon in the box, but believe me, I ain't the dumbest either. Okay? I'm not the dumbest either. And for those of you, pause the video, man. Go hit up the Cash App and support. Okay? Support. Show some love. Let us go to 15. I didn't say it. It's in their codes. US, you see the codes right here? It says what? 28U.SC section 3002 definitions. It is not mine. I didn't say that. That's their own codes. That's public information, right? Let's go all the way down to 15. It says what? United States what? Means what? A federal corporation. A federal corporation. I didn't say it. Those are not my words. Those are their own terms, their own codes. So let's go back to here now. All the countries in what? The Americas. United States, meaning that a corporation exists on our land. Well, Chief, what do you mean the United States is not a country? Well, I didn't say, let's go back to the USC codes. What? United States means what? A federal corporation. So therefore, a federal corporation was established on our land, and now it's part of what? The part of the Americas. Okay? What is the United States? The United States, in essence, okay, when it comes to the commercialized version of what it really truly means, okay, is the combination of, you have, well, that's why they call it the melting pot, right? You have the Moors, you have the mulatto children, you have the Caucasian race, okay, and you have, yes, some Aboriginals who sold out, American Indians who sold out, and other mixtures in between, all right? And the white people who are actually North Africans, Iberians, etc. You know, Iberians, we read it before, so we don't have to go through that. So that's the culmination, okay, of what the United States is, the melting pot. You know what? We all came together on this newfound land. We fought, okay? We killed millions of these indigenous original people. Now, let's put something together and let's call it the United States. A big organization that we created. Okay? But it first started with the Moors coming here to conquer our people when we invited them as brothers. All right? And greed and power led to all this. And y'all here calling yourself Moors because you don't know who you are. Okay? He said it's grace to our ancestors. Now, if that's who you are, you are more, you are more. You need to atone for what your ancestors did to mine. Because believe me, there's karma. You may fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all of the people all of the time. And my job is to open up their eyes. Okay? Lift the smoke. So let us look at all the countries for the most part in the Americas, for those of you who don't know, who think you know. All right? So we have what? The United States, Mexico, Brazil, Canada, Argentina, Colombia, Peru, Chile. Okay? Let's go back. Venezuela, Cuba, Costa Rica, Ecuador, Dominican Republic, Panama, Puerto Rico, okay? Bolivia, Guatemala, Uruguay, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, Haiti. Yes, that's right. Haiti is in the Americas. So we are the original Americans. We are the American Aboriginals. Who else do we have? We have Belize. We have Paraguay. I said that before. We have Jamaica. Wagwan. All right? You guys are Americans. You just don't know that. Thinking you're from Africa. You are not Africans. Okay? We are under the Sahara, sub-Sahara, meaning that we are in the Americas. It's all semantics. The Bahamas, Guyana, Aruba, Curacao, Suriname. What else? Barbados, Bermuda, Martinique, Turks and Caicos, Trinidad and Tobago, Cayman Islands, St. Lucia. What else? Guadeloupe, Grenada, French Guiana, and the Falkland Islands, Dominica. Yes, that's right. My Dominican brothers and sisters, the Kalanagos, the original people of the land. That's me. Not the washed out natives they're showing you right now, letting you think that they're the real Kalanagos. No, they're not. I'm going to put an end to all the facade and all the lie and all the propaganda. The British Virgin Islands, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Anguilla. What else? Antigua and Bermuda, St. Kitts, Nevis, St. Vincent, and the Grenadines. All right? To all my Vinci Massive. Big up. St. Martin, Montserrat, and the Caribbean Netherlands, and all the surrounding islands that consist of the Americas, Turtle Island, North, South, and Central America. Y'all, I'm going to take y'all to church today. So I want the unification of all American Aborigines. Let them know that we are still here. We haven't left, and we're not going to allow you to take our identity and take us away from our land. Okay? They establish a corporation on our land and telling y'all need green cards to come into your own land. Our ancestors have been traveling for millennia and centuries and from time immemorial. We got to stand against that. We have to stand against that. Haitians are our brothers and sisters. Okay? The Bahamians are our brothers and sisters. Now, let us go look at the term indigenous. Indigenous. Everybody want to say, well, Chief, what should we call ourselves? Well, you see, because when it comes to the UN, you have to understand what all this is all about, right? They're all part of the same plan, okay? They all have the same agenda. They know who we are, okay? So then you also have UNDRIP, United Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. That word indigenous is very interesting because even the UN doesn't have a clear definition of what indigenous means, okay? So, as you could see, the origin of the word indigenous, what does it mean? Born or originating in a particular place. So yes, we are indigenous because we are original, but however, anybody who is born in the United States or the Americas could be considered indigenous. So you see the vague term indigenous, that's why these natives and these $5 Indians could be considered indigenous. That's why when you go to the UN, you see a bunch of pale people calling themselves indigenous. So we are not just indigenous. Yes, we are that too, but we have to be very mindful. So today, at this end of this video or the conclusion of this video, we're going to have a definitive term or concept of what I would like us to identify as. Okay? As a collective. Because you see what indigenous also means what? Born or originating. All right? Born or originating. So that could be indigenous. So yes, we are indigenous because we are originals. However, anybody who's born could be what? Indigenous. Let us go look at the etymology of native. 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 A natural, inborn, hereditary, connected with something in a natural way. Born in, raw, unspoiled, and directly Latin, innate, produced by birth, from natos, past participle, be born. So basically, right, all native means is born. Born. All right? Born. Brothers and sisters, pay attention. So the native people that's here usurping our identity, they call themselves natives, and they could also call themselves what? Indigenous, because what? Native means born. But when we go look at the Noah Webster's 1828 dictionary, which we are going to do right now, okay? Noah's Webster's 1828 dictionary. Let us go look at the definition of American. All right? We're gonna. I know we have discussed that before, but I'm putting this right now. I'm just tying all this together so that you don't have any doubt as to what's happening, what's going on. Now, American, a native of America. That means somebody who's born, right? Now, what it says, originally applied to the aboriginals or copper-colored races found here by who? The what? The Europeans. Who are the Europeans? Let's go back here again. Europeans, meaning all persons belonging to the European races. He didn't say some, all, including the Moors, including the what? The North Africans, including the what? The Moorish inhabitants. Right? So for you Moors, please do not go and use that definition of 1828 dictionary to describe you, because you are playing the games with my people. Yes, it does mention you, but it's not you. The only time you are mentioned in the definition of America is when it comes to Europeans, because that's who you are. And it says what? By now, but now applied to the descendants of what? Europeans born in America. Meaning that what? The descendants of who? Them. Born, they became native. They took our place. And that's what they're still trying to do. Take our place. Okay? So we know that we are indigenous, but that's vague. Pardon me, that's vague. Okay, because it could also mean native, which is born, right? So we have to be mindful of that. Okay? Let's go look at the word aboriginal. Aboriginal. Okay. What? Aboriginal. Well, come on. I hope my internet is not bugging. Come on, stop playing, man. What's going on here? Go back. All right, let's go. Aboriginal. Aboriginal. We got native. Give me a second here, guys. Okay, so it's not giving me aboriginal. All right, let's go to Google. I don't know why it's not giving me aboriginal, but it's cool. Aboriginal. Aboriginal. Definition of aboriginal, right? It says what? Inhabiting or existing in a land from the earliest times or from before the arrival of colonists. All right, and it also says indigenous, right? So that's why once again that word indigenous is very tricky, because this natives could say they're indigenous because they are born. You see, they're using that to their advantage because they are born here, but they are not indigenous in the term of what we look at when in the etymology, meaning that originating from. Okay, they could claim that because they were born, but I really want to go to, come on, man, I'm original. Oh, it's not giving me that. All right, let me see. Aboriginal. Okay. All right, let's go to Aborigine. Aborigine. Okay, it's giving me Aborigine, but it's not giving me Aboriginal. That's fine. Now, Aborigine, a person, animal, or plant that has been in a country or region from earliest times. Mistaken singular of Aborigines. Aboriginal is considered the correct singular in English, right? So from Aborigines. So as a singular, like me, I'm Aboriginal. But when it comes to the collective, plural would be Aborigine. All right? From Aborigines, the first inhabitants, especially from Latium, hence the first ancestors of the Romans. Well, we're not going to pay attention to that. Possibly a tribal name, or from made to conform to a Latin phrase of ab origine, which means literally from the beginning. So when you separate the two, ab origine, it means from the beginning. Okay? But if you just do ab by itself, it means away from, all right? So but when the words together, ab origine, it means from the beginning. Because a lot of people, oh, chief, ab means away. Well, no. Internationally, within law, international law, Aborigine means exactly what it means, from the beginning. That's how the Australians, the Lalakea tribe, was able to get their land after 37 years. How long you so-called Negroes been fighting for your 40 acres on a mule? But just 37 years, they got back their land as the Australian Aborigines or Aboriginals. Okay? So when you have singular is Aboriginal, plural is Aborigines. All right? So Aborigine means from the beginning. All right? Now, some people may say, well, you know what, Chief, I like autochthon. All right? So let's go look at that. Autochthon, right? Autochthon, which is a noun. It says what? One sprung from the soil, he inhabits. Sprung from the soil. Now, what does sprung means? That's what we have to look at. From Latinized form of Greek, Aborigines, natives, primitive inhabitants, literally sprung from the land itself. All right? So, yes, we have also autochtons, but that key word is one sprung from the soil. What does sprung means? Let us go look at the etymology of sprung. All right? Paste. Okay? All right. Put that in here. Sprung. Sprung. Let me copy that word. Command C from here. Command V. Enter. Let's look at sprung. What does sprung? Sprung means is the past participle of spring. Spring what? To live, burst forth, fly up, spread, grow. Strong verb, past tense, sprang, basically is to fly up or come out of the soil. So when we go back to the etymology of autochthon, all right, it's basically coming from the land. It's the same thing as being born from the land. So therefore, natives could also be indigenous and also be autochthon. Brothers and sisters, you see the semantics of the words. However, Native Americans could never claim to be what? An aborigine. They could never claim to be an aborigine or aboriginal. Okay? Because they are not from the beginning. That's why Malcolm X got it correctly. When he finally got it, he came back and said, what? You are the Aborigines, but you don't like being called the Aborigines. Huh? So therefore, to answer your question, well, Chief, what should we call ourselves? Collectively, as a unit, I say we identify ourselves as either the Aboriginal Turtle Islanders or American Aborigines, meaning that the Americans from the beginning, which I am more inclined to go with, American Aborigine or Aborigine Americans from the beginning of America. We are the original ones of this land, okay? Because Aborigine also, you see what I'm saying? Aborigine, Aboriginal, okay? If we want, we could incorporate, all right? We could incorporate indigenous in there if we want to, okay? Now it says, be born, descended, receive, see origin, All right. So all those things they're synonymous with Aborigine. So we could say, you know what? Indigenous, no, Aboriginal, Indigenous Americans, you know, you could, but that's to me a little long. All right, let us just go right to the chase. Okay, American Aborigines. That's it, just like Australian Aborigines. So to me, that is the most befitting to call ourselves collectively. And I'm talking to all of us from the American continent. Each and every one of us, from South, Central, North America, Turtle Island, this is who we are. We are the American Aborigines. Nobody else to take that title but us, the original people. Point blank. So with that being said, I'm going to conclude this build. I want to thank you for participating. Once again, please support. The Cash App is below. The link, I'm going to put it in the description, in the comment in the video. I'm getting ready to take a trip to Oklahoma, doing work on our behalf. Once again, like I said, I don't have to do that. But at the same time, I have to. Because the ancestors they have summoned me to do all what I'm doing. But it's great that my brothers and sisters would reciprocate. All right, like I said, every single month, make a pledge. You know what I mean? $5 a month, not just to me, but everybody like me who's doing what we're doing, because we got a livelihood as well that we have to maintain. All right, and for us to keep on doing what we are doing without the additional stress from outside everything else, you know what I mean? That takes a lot of work and energy, as you could see how passionate I am about this. All right, so you see how I broke all that down. So individually, you could be an Aboriginal as singular, or also if you could identify as your clan, whether you are Choctaw, Cherokee, Chickasaw, me, in my case, it would either be Kalinago or Anionwea, right? So you would have to know your individual clan. But as a collective, we are the American Aborigine. All right? We are the American Aborigines. All right? You did. That's what it is, family. That's what it is, my brothers and sisters. And once again, this is not about the color of skin. It's not about me having anything against the Moors or Africans or Caucasians. No. It's about me solidifying who we are as a distinct people in our land and allowing my brothers and sisters to have the fair opportunity that everyone else has in our land. But we have been robbed of our equal opportunity because our people don't know who they are. And they have placed all these obstacles, all right, all these different factions in our way to deter us, to confuse us. But I am here to open up your eyes, let you see the light, okay? And once again, for all you clean hand Moors, I respect you. So step up and start telling the truth, all right? Start telling the truth. That will alleviate the karma that's coming to your people for what they did to my people. All right? Yes, and some of my ancestors, yes, they played a part in it as well, as you could see. They have their karma that's going to come to them as well. Nobody's going to be exempt from karma. But please, it's time to tell the truth. I think we will resolve and accomplish more as a people, okay, that are the original people of the planet, period. Okay? I think we just come to the realization that, yes, we are different. We have different cultures. We have different bloodlines. But we have a common goal is to make sure that life on earth is better for our children, that we preserve our earth, our home. And that's the goal to me, ultimately. That's what it's about. All right? So I hope this video brought you as much joy and information as the joy that it took me to present it to you. All right? And I'm not going to apologize for the passion that's in me, okay? And the fire that's in me and the excitement I get from bringing that information to you. And for those of you who are going to support, I truly thank you in advance. Give thanks, and we will talk soon. All right?